approach to 2x is always a possibility, but I feel like Spear. I feel like Spear is the favorite player to win this match, and I mean Spear probably agrees with me as well. So if I was in his position, I wouldn't try and potentially give my opponent an advantage by doing approach 2x. I feel like cheeses are generally percentage plays, and Spear will most likely be playing out this series just in a very safe kind of standard style, because if everything goes as expected, he'll win. And Soundwave, I feel like the onus is on him to make some of the more kind of risky plays and actually make something happen this game.
Yeah. I completely agree. As you were saying, it's really going to benefit here Spear to play macro, and as we've seen him do a lot before, he is great with those drops, but we see 4 lings from Soundwave trying to catch this Reaper. Not going to happen with Spear's micro, and as you were saying, Soundwave has to make something risky happen in one of these games to really pull ahead, so he has to be so careful not to lose anything, because you can't go risky after you've lost 3 lings and potentially even more, and almost a drone here, which this Reaper has pretty much paid himself off. It's going to be hard to do it once the Queen gets out, which it is out now, though.
Yeah, really fantastic damage there from Spear. Much more than you'd expect from just one Reaper. Soundwave's Queen seemed a little late out. Or maybe Spear just went for a faster than normal Reaper. But yeah, really, really good stuff from him there. And you could, even there, you could just kind of see the level of Spear. The Reaper was being continually moved all the time, backwards, forwards from the lings. Soundwave would often just be kind of backing those lings off while he took care of his macro somewhere else. But for now, the transition is ongoing. Spear's going into the factory, and then most likely look kind of like Banshees, but with no cloak. And then the command center on the low ground, of course, just to keep his macro up and running.
Yeah, definitely keeping that macro up and coming. Now, as you were saying, the Queen was, are you either saying Reaper or Queen? I think the Reaper was a normal Reaper, but the Queen was a little late because Soundwave pushed out 2 more lings to try to deal with that Reaper. Now, that delayed his Queen, which is going to really delay his, not intensely, but it delays Larva a little bit here, because he's going to need that for this 4 Marine 2 Hellion push. He's going to need some Larva to be able to get Baneling something out, but 18 Larva is probably enough. 2 lings, I don't think, are enough really to delay the Queen.
Well, he's got way more than 2 lings there. As he moves forward, Soundwave's going to try and get a big surround, and this is a lot of lings here. Spear's doing really well at keeping his Hellions back, but now the lings going to make their way across the map. There's a Baneling nest just about to finish up for Soundwave as well, and it looks like he's going to be trying to bust through Spear and take the game here, but Spear has a lot of Hellions. He's doing great micro, moving the injured one to the back as well.
Yeah, Soundwave's lings did catch up to that Reaper, but that actually helped Spear here, gave the Hellions a couple seconds, but in the natural base of Spear, there is nothing to defend these 6 lings coming in. There is 6 SCVs here, and they're going to do something going off. 3 dead so far. 4 more lings are in the base, and actually may get up into the main. No, they will be stopped by these Hellions. Hellions look like they'll clean this up because of the lings start getting down that CC, but that actually was 8 SCV kills right there, and more lings are streaming across the map.
Yeah, Soundwave is committing so heavily to this, and so far, Spear hasn't lost a single reap. He's going to start repairing these injured ones up. He's been so good at keeping them at the back here. Now, though, Soundwave is going to morph in some Banelings to try and bust up that ramp into the main base. But he still has no way of dealing with all these Hellions. And right now, there's 9 out, 10 out now, and Spear can just keep pumping them out, and they're going to be one-shotting the Banelings in AoE. So this is a bit dicey for Soundwave, but if he's going to do it, it's going to be here.
Yeah, Soundwave also has to get through this wall, which is going to help Spear even more, giving a smaller choke point. But at the other side of the map, there is that Banshee, but it looks like Spear actually cutting back almost kills all of those Banelings. Only 1 survives. Link survive. But on the high ground, Supply Depots do go up. Spear's Hellions in a fantastic position here, and I hope they go over to the main. GG! Dust Spear takes game 1.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Van Research Station. This is game 2 between these 2 players. This is the first match we have. Got some people asking in the chat, but this is going to be a round robin since one of the players wasn't able to make the group. But either way, the first player, one of whom who was able to make the group, is a blue Terran player representing Dust Gaming up in the top spawn. It is Spear.
And his opponent in the bottom spawn position of Vani Research Station, the Teal Zerg, representing Scythe. It is down 1 game, Soundwave. And again, going for the hatch first, but at the third for Soundwave. Now, even though it's a little gutsy, this is also the one map that you can really pull this off if you want to, and I'm kind of curious what his follow-up from this is going to be. No gas taken yet or anything.
Well, I think we could see a really fast 3 hatch here from Soundwave, but of course across the map, Spear has gone actually CC gas, so this is going to be really interesting. The CC first, of course, not too unexpected, especially on Varney Research Station. It is one of those maps where it's very, very easy to defend those 2 bases. But yeah, then the racks coming down. I'm wondering if we're going to see a really fast factory after this, or a really fast, or like actually some Reapers as well. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say Reapers, but I think this is a little bit indicative of a very, very quick bio push. Off of 2 bases, you can get a lot more minerals in, maybe heavy marine, something like that. And the extra gas, though, it's very uncertain what he's going to kind of do at this point. I know there's obviously some... I know that build, but I think it could be a very cool early bio push. Or not early, but bio rush.
Yeah, it's possible. I feel like he's going to go... Yeah, it is going to be a fast factor. This lines up so well for it. So... I don't know, if he is going by a push, he'll be running straight on up to Starport, but I don't know, we'll see if he puts any extra racks down. But
yeah, there's his factory. Yeah, probably going to do some factory shenanigans, but on the other side of the map, who can't even think of going factory, we have Soundwave, who, as we were saying, he did go 2 hatch, and then into that pool. Still no 3rd hatch for him, but he is getting speed, and I mean, I think it's kind of the issue where he could go a quick 3rd hatch, but it's just going to be too greedy, so he's playing it a little bit safe while he's got that pocket base for him to kind of rely on into the mid to late game.
Yeah, it's always pretty nice. We see some players like are so averse to taking that base. If they're wanting to play out a really long game where they're actually going to be trading almost all the bases on the map, then having that as a pocket base, Snook used to do it a lot, of course, most notably. Yeah, can be really, really strong. But for now, I don't feel like that's what Soundwave wants to do. Oh, that was very nearly an excellent link timing, but unfortunately, just a little bit too late. And now Spear... Pardon me, it's going to be getting his Starport up as well. No tech lab as yet, though, with that barracks starting to produce another marine. But the Hellion production is very, very fast for a CC first.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, very fast. As I was saying before, I was thinking bio because of minerals, but Dranok, what else can you make with minerals? Obviously, Hellion's here, and actually he's going to transfer them back, right? As I say that, Spear did get out 2. Hellion's going to use him to scout. He's going to spot this 3rd base. He's going to know that this 3rd base was taken first, I'm pretty sure, because of just how much is purely at it. You wouldn't do that. You could do something like put a lot of your drones at your 3rd base and kind of do a psych out of your opponent if they're going to attack it, but then again, it leaves it so prone to Hellion run-bys, which we're not going to see yet, but Spear just making sure there's no gold base, no shenanigans, nothing too crazy coming from Soundwave here.
No, nothing particularly nutty. Soundwave is bringing down his Baneling Nest, but I don't know, actually. I was thinking it was just going to be kind of a standard anti-Hellbat Baneling Nest, but that is a lot of lings starting to be added on, so I think Teal Zerg player is going to be going for another bust. Of course, he is expanding behind this as well. So if he's going to go for it, yeah, it's not going to be as all-in as it was in the previous game. But I mean, I think he's going to be trying to make something happen with all these lings because he's made quite a few, and that's cutting into his droning quite heavily.
Yeah. Soundwave also getting 1 Evo chamber and this layer here, maybe going for +2 attack with these lings. But for now, that's going to be nowhere in sight because Spear is going to head into the main. It looks like there's only 1 queen here, and the entire army of Soundwave's in actually his natural, which would be his 3rd. But the drop is happening right now. Queen spots it. 1 Widowmine is down.
Yeah, Widowmine's going to borrow and go off on this queen. Oh, nice little micro from Spear to bring that away. But yeah, Spear just lifts up, picks off the queen. Getting the queen's very nice. I don't think Soundwave actually has too many. Oh, he's got 4 queens still. So he shouldn't miss any injects, or at least not too much. But this Widowmine is still a threat. I'm not sure if Soundwave knows about it. He's not reacting.
Soundwave does have these 4 queens, but they're having to deal with 2 Hellions in the 3rd base. No damage is done, but there's not a queen in the main. Neither is the queen out of natural right here, so the injects may be a little bit off time just because these queens are kind of pretty scared here. For now, we see Spear moving back, actually retreating. He did take out an Overlord, and I'm kind of wondering if the quick layer there was maybe for Overseers. He just kind of anticipated the Widowmines. It wasn't super quick, but it was an interesting choice off of what he'd just done, especially with double Evo Chamber. It's a lot of gas spent in the early game.
Yeah, and Soundwave is actually going pretty light on the gas as it is. Whereas I feel like most of the players would be building up their Spire, taking all their gases. ZVT is pretty much for the Zerg about gas, 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 gas. You want gas for Banelings, you want gas for Mutalisks, you want gas for eventually teching into Ultralisks. But for now, Soundwave is just operating off 3 gases. He has, 6 available to him and only mining off 3. But see, actually, one of them very inefficiently. There's one drone which is going all the way around the Evo chambers on his natural base. Yeah. So that's a bit of a mistake.
It always sucks as a player to notice that and be like, I can't really cancel it now. I already got stuff going. But in the middle of the map, Spear heading out with, let's see how many, with Theory, we'll be able to pick off a couple creep tumors, but that'll be some wastes of scans here, so he's got to be careful. One queen may be caught out of position right now, but there's an entire army of so many lings, and only 4 banelings, actually, surprisingly enough, as you were saying, very, very low on gas. Soundwave's going.
Yeah, 12 banelings being morphed in now, though. And he's going to need them. Spear's armory is just about to finish up, and then he can push forward with quite a strong halberd force. Spear is also bringing 2 medevacs full of marines, I think just to rendezvous with this army rather than to actually drop out. Yeah, 1-1 just about to finish for Spear. Actually, a little ahead of Soundwave, and that is unusual given that Zerg usually is the one with the upgrade advantage, and Soundwave hasn't really done anything to delay his upgrades. He hasn't gone for a really, really fast Spire or anything. But now Spear's morphed up. He's moving in. Soundwave is setting up a fantastic engagement here, though. He's going to come in with speed banelings from the rear and then hold him in place with his lings from the main base. But this isn't quite how he wants to do it. Spear gets a decent angle on this, but the banelings rolling in now and split from Spear are not ideal. And Soundwave has successfully managed to hold that off. Spear getting out with just a single medevac full of marines.
8 Marines, 3 medevacs sitting away on the left-hand side, but Ling's heading towards the third base of Spear, while in the other side of the map, in the bottom right-hand corner, Spear is going for a drop. It is only spotted now, but the entire army of Soundwave is out of position, but only Marines in the bottom right-hand corner. Soundwave has to make something happen here. He's going to lose so much of this. Nothing is at home, and actually the other 8 Marines are going to be moving into the natural, pretty much nothing to defend it.
Yeah, Sandra is not even moving home. He's going all out in this attack there, and that could be mistaken. The multitasking power. Oh my god, a huge Widowmine. One takes out 4 banelings, one takes out 5. The rest of the banelings are going to be going up here. Another Widowmine is going to take all of them out. Just one left over here. And Spear is looking in a great position to hold off this attack. And of course, across the map, he actually killed the third base, or the third hatch, the natural position. And he's working around these Evo chambers. There's nothing in sight to actually be able to contest these Marines. And so, yeah, Soundwave has to go home, tail between his legs. Spear took almost no damage from that.
Yeah, Spear's Widowmine's Spear got 4 kills on 1 Widowmine and then 4 on another Widowmine. All banelings right there, turning off so much of the army of Soundwave. Soundwave desperately trying to defend, makes 20 more lings. More lings on the way as he was saying the third base in the natural position is gone. But there's now 8 more Marines in the natural. GG! Spear takes game 2.
Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to support the ASL by hitting the button now.